from Mumbai at the St. Regis Hotel, where you're going to see finally, after weeks and weeks and weeks of delay, you're finally going to see this right behind me. Here it is, the ICC Cricket World Cup 2023 schedule. Yes, folks, it's finally going to happen. It's going to happen at 11:30 p.m. IST. I'll just be doing a small build-up as to what do we expect from this particular venue. Firstly, three things, let me make it very clear. We already know what is India's schedule going to be in the ICC Cricket World Cup. So that is only going to be rubber stamped. That is only going to get confirmed in the next coming minutes. So you'll probably see the schedule being announced wholeheartedly in the ICC Cricket World Cup 2023. Now, the World Cup trophy may be in space. The World Cup will all be, it is going to be an extravaganza altogether, looking at the way how it is. But the schedule delay is unprecedented. Today, they are going to announce this entire thing. And let us remember one thing. Sorry about that. Let us remember one very important thing here, because this schedule, if you announce it today, which is going to be 27th of June, it is 100 days exactly to the start of the World Cup. October 5 is the date of the World Cup, and you're going to see unprecedented action take place, because now 100 days to go. When was the last time that you saw a World Cup schedule being announced so close to it? The 2019 World Cup, let me give you some kind of precedence. The 2019 World Cup was the schedule was announced 1 year prior. Now, with just 3 months to go, 100 days exactly for the start of the ICC Cricket World Cup 2023, you are now going to see the schedule being hosted. Now, what are the possible reasons as to why this schedule was delayed? Number one, Pakistan. Number two, the timeline also, it was such that maybe it was delayed for a particular amount of reasons. Number one, you saw that when it happened, the BCCI first initially announced that they were going to host, that they were going to announce it after the end of the IPL. Then it got pushed to the ICC World Test Championship final. They had said that in the sidelines of the World Test Championship final, we will announce the dates of the ICC Cricket World Cup official. In that time, the draft schedule got leaked, and in the draft schedule, most of the venues that you are going to see from India, that is all but rubber stamped. Number one, India versus Pakistan is on in Ahmedabad on October 15th. India versus England at the Ekana Stadium, that is going to happen. Then India versus New Zealand at Dharamshala, and then at this point in time, you'll see some more venues being associated with, because now the dignitaries today, in addition to the hosting of the ICC Cricket World Cup, I mean, just look at it, the dignitaries, if I can pan my camera. Okay, here if you can see behind me, the dignitaries have all arrived. Yes, the likes of Muttaya Muralidharan, the likes of Virendra Sehwag, Jeff Lardis, all of them have arrived at the stadium. Right? They've all come here. So wait and watch, folks. You'll go see a special interaction from the ICC from them. So Virendra Sehwag, Muttaya Muralidharan, Jeff Lardis, they have all reached the venue. I just saw Muttaya Muralidharan cross by, and he is dapper as always, Muttaya Muralidharan. So let me just tell you what is the schedule going to be like in essence. You recently saw that Wankhede and Eden Gardens, they are going to host the semi-finals. Wankhede will host one of the semi-finals. Eden Gardens is going to host one of the semi-finals. Initially, we thought that Chennai and Bangalore might host them, but no, it isn't happening. So India's schedule is all but sealed. India will play their matches in Delhi. One is against Afghanistan in Delhi. The opening game is against Australia in Chepauk. India versus Pakistan on October 15th in Ahmedabad. And then after that, you are going to see that the rest of the venues, India will play two matches, one against South Africa at the Eden Gardens. If India qualifies for the semi-final, then it will be either at the Wankhede or at the Eden Gardens. So that is how we are going to see this particular schedule panned out. We all know that there won't be much changes in the schedule. England versus New Zealand, that is going to be the starting point of this World Cup. And it kind of is a 27-year history of it. Remember, in 1996, when the World Cup was hosted in India, the first game was England versus New Zealand in Ahmedabad, and New Zealand won that game by 11 runs. So there is a bit of history at this point, and in that sense, if you look at it, this is how the schedule is going to be, and I will be there inside you where you will get all the latest updates. Do check out our social media handles also. Now, why has this delay come about? Number one, Pakistan. Because they raised some issues on the change of venue. You will remember that the Pakistan, Afghanistan, Pakistan, Australia games, they wanted to change it. And the ICC have absolutely rejected, because on conditions alone, such a unique proposition has to be rejected. Remember, a venue change can only happen if and only if there is security reasons. So that is why we will see what is going to happen at this point. So three major talking points that will happen. You're going to see the rubber stamping of the ICC Cricket World Cup schedule, which will happen by 12 o'clock. The function will start by 11:30-ish. 12 o'clock, you'll see the likes of Virender Sehwag, Muthaiya Muralidharan, Jeff Allard is all interacted together. So that is one more thing that is looked upon. But let us just analyze the one talking point here, like the fans. Now, with 3 months to go for the ICC Cricket World Cup, exactly 100 days to go for the ICC World Cup after the schedules announced, what about the fans? The lowest common denominator, that is the thing. The fans are considered as the lowest common denominator in this entire situation, because remember, you will now have to book for the tickets, you'll have to arrange for the hotels, you have to arrange for the travel, the logistics and everything. It is going to be an unprecedented nightmare for people who want to come from England, Australia, New Zealand, South Africa and all. Because remember, all these kind of schedules, and if you look at this schedule in a way, it's planned much in advance. Hotel operators, tour operators, they get at least some amount of time to plan for it. Here, there is absolutely no planning. And even for the Indian contingent, remember the Bharat Army, for example, there are all the other fans, all the other fan groups. What about them? Because remember, in the 2011 World Cup also, you look at delays and you look at unprecedented thing. One particular instance, in 2011, because this India versus England match is supposed to be held in Kolkata, how on earth then last moment it got shifted to Bangalore? The logistical hassles were immense. You look at 2016, India versus Pakistan in Dharamshala. Suddenly it got changed to Kolkata at this point. It was initially supposed to be held in Dharamshala, last moment. Now 2023, the entire schedule is last minute. 100 days, it's not enough at all, folks. So it's a big problem that we are facing at this point. When the ICC rubber stamps the whole thing, how will it happen? So now at 11:30, finally you're going to see this particular thing, the ICC Men's Cricket World Cup India 2023 schedule finally ratified, and you're going to see the official schedule. Whatever I'll reiterate the three talking points. One, whatever was India's schedule that was announced in the draft, that is going to be the same. There will be no change in the venues for Pakistan. Second, England versus New Zealand mostly will be the opening encounter, followed by India's games, which will begin from October 8th onwards. India versus Australia is a chip off on October 8th. October 11th is against Afghanistan in New Delhi. October 15th is against, you may say, Pakistan in Ahmedabad, followed by games against New Zealand in Dharamshala, England at the Ekana Stadium, Lucknow. Then you'll have one qualifier, then you'll have one game against South Africa, and then the second qualifier. And remember, the ICC Cricket World Cup qualifiers are putting on an absolutely brilliant show. Remember, two qualifiers. Who are all going to come from that? It still is not known. Maybe Sri Lanka could be one, Zimbabwe could be one, Netherlands could be one, West Indies. They lost 2 games to Zimbabwe and the Netherlands yesterday, 374. West Indies couldn't defend. So now you may see the World Cup even without the West Indies as well. So big problems at this point for the men in maroon. So West Indies are in danger of not qualifying for the 2023 World Cup. And at the same time, Sri Lanka, Zimbabwe look good to qualify. So thank you so much, folks, for joining us for this live. We'll have more updates on sports today. Stay tuned. 11:30, 12 o'clock, we'll be there. Thank you. Bye-bye. Do check out our social media handles. We'll be posting updates there as well. Bye-bye.